Did you know that sometimes people think, sometimes, it doesn't happen a lot for me, but sometimes people poop, you know, twice a day if you have healthy bowel movements, that kind of thing. And sometimes I'll even do both. Fun fact, you know, I can multitask. I can think and I can poop and at the same time make a team. Or that's the end product of thinking, because this team is something I thought of while I was on the toilet, and it's relevant because I've decided to dub the name of this team the Pooper Troopers. And I thought of it before a stream, and I was like, I know I want to do standard, but I don't know what kind of shit I want to toss on here. And I was like, I'm just going to put these 6 together and see if they work. They're by no means, like, excellent, but I was like, you know what? I think this looks okay, so I'm going to try it. And my opponent with it was TehDemoNick. I feel like I played him fairly recently, but I was like, you know what? It's a team that I spent some time thinking about, and we'll just jump right into it. So right off the bat, he gets the lead. I'm like, maybe this team is not as good as I thought, because I overestimate Scissor's base speed, and I was like, okay, I'm going to be able to get a U-turn off safely, and just maybe potentially knock this thing out. I didn't really want to go for the bullet punch for whatever reason on first turn. I thought, okay, oh, he's gonna switch out, scared of the bullet punch, and he just stays in, fire blast me, and that kind of sucks. So now I do know that I do threaten him out with the earthquake, which is why I'm gonna go for it right off the bat, and I wanted to overpredict. And right here, this is a ballsy as hell play I made, because he just as easily could have HP Ice, but he instead decides to U-turn, possibly expecting me to switch out to something to take the HP Ice and then wanting to go into something else better. I have no reason to rock polish, but I do it anyway. If I was running that Landorus on PO that I was running for a little bit, the head fly, I would have been in a good situation, but I'm not. I'm running Edgequake and HP Ice because that's a nice thing. You'll also notice that that thing is missabbed. It did not have Intimidate when it came in. Comes in kind of relevant maybe later in the game, you'll see. But I decided to switch out to Arcanine to see what he's gonna do, because I have seen Celebi sometimes that do run HP Ice. I know it's somewhat uncommon. I kind of see fire more than ice, but I want to see what he's wanting to do to Landorus. If he ends up going for the hidden power, it'll still be not very effective on me, but that'll tell me that he tried to go for an HP Ice as opposed to an HP Fire. Him going for Giga Drain tells me that he does not have the HP Ice, so I'm gonna go right back into Landorus, predicting something else. I don't know. I was kind of scouting for the T-Wave, which was my main switch to that. For some reason, I thought, okay, that's probably what it's going to end up being. Turns out I get it right on the money. And I ended up going for a Stone Edge. Now, I probably shouldn't have, and I'm really glad it didn't connect anyway, because I have Sand Force going on. It's actually boosted by his weather. So, kind of glad I missed that. Just, you know, for the sake of not taking advantage of an ability that I forgot to change. I do apologize for that, but it actually didn't end up coming into play at all. So you're going to see right here, he tries to go for a sub on my switch. I do have the HP Ice. I'm going to go for it, break the sub. And the thing about Sandslash's special defense is it kind of sucks. So Sandslash is not going to be doing anything to me, especially a lefty set, unless it gets a Sword Dance up. As you can see, I'm able to take the Stone Edge reasonably well and end up knocking him out with a Life Orb boosted HP Ice, which I kind of wasn't expecting, just because, you know, it's unstab and I'm not EV'd, you know, special attack offensively, that kind of thing. Whatever, takes him out. But on the first turn, I noticed that he went for the U-turn. He's probably deeming that thing to be a little bit of a threat, knowing that it has Rock Polish now. So I'm going to predict him to go for the HP Ice now, decide to go into my Arcanine to take it, who takes it beautifully. Look at that guy. And I forget what happens on this next turn, but not that it really ends up mattering. The one thing that is annoying me in this game is that he does have the Sand up, so I won't be able to utilize Morning Sun as effectively. But, oh, you know what I did? I predicted the switch out to this thing, because he's not going to want to take a fire attack. I end up going for the Will-O-Wisp to try to burn it, and he has Lum on this thing, which I guess makes sense sometimes. I don't see Lum on T-Tar that often, but hey, I don't mind staying in and going for it again. And it turns out he ends up going for Superpower. I don't understand his reasoning for this, because looking at it, my most likely switch into this would have been Landorus, and I would have been able to take a I'm not going to say it would have taken a Stone Edge. Okay, if I had Intimidate on it, that would have been a thing. I don't know if he noticed whether or not I didn't have Intimidate at the time. But Superpower is resisted by a decent portion of things on my team, if I'm not mistaken. So he ends up getting burned on that one. One less threat I got to worry about. And he ends up going out into his Thundurus now, as I switch out into my Espeon. Now, this Espeon is a little interesting. I'm noticing right here by the Sandstorm damage that he is, in fact, Choice Scarfed, because he does take it first. I had a feeling he was choice scarfed, but I knew he was choiced because of how he switched out on Landorus earlier. Or now, I don't remember, but at least it kind of confirms that he's scarfed now. And here is where I get the beneficial rock polish off that I actually want to. So I'm going to go for that now. He ends up switching in his T-Tar, I believe, as... I'm going to assume death fodder. I don't understand why otherwise, but I'm pretty sure, although I go for Earthquake, that a Life Orb Earthquake without Sand Force probably would have taken out a T-Tar anyway, so I'm not too worried about the ability coming into play there. Right here, he makes a small oversight with speed, just like I did on the first turn of the game. He goes into his Scarf Infernape, assuming he's going to outspeed after Rock Polish. But no, Landorus outspeeds by a fairly reasonable margin, being at +2, and Infernape only being at +1 on the speed. So we got that going on, end up getting a knockout on that thing that probably shouldn't have happened, but I don't see it mattering too much. Well, maybe it could have later in the game, I don't know. But gonna go for an HP Ice Ear as opposed to a Stone Edge because super effective damage and whatnot. I think Stone Edge would have done a little less anyway, now that I think about it, so I probably would have gone for HPS either way, but he gets a crit here. Oh my god, he got a game-changing crit. Nah, doesn't matter to me. No, let that thing end its sweep early. I gotta change that. I'm gonna write that down right now. Change Lando's ability. Okay, good to go. Okay, so bringing my Espeon. Shadow Ball might be a thing that I could go for, but nope. Definitely not going for that. Celebi doesn't have any business staying in on an Espeon whatsoever, so he's gonna go out into his Jirachi to take the hit. More than likely a special defensive one with all that stuff, which is why he switches it in. And I am Trick Specs, ladies and gentlemen, not something that is seen every day. So I end up choice locking this thing, and that is beautiful because I get to reveal my next team member, which is a Jellicent, who is going to take the Body Slam like it is nothing to him. In fact, it really is nothing. So I get to go for whatever attack I want to on the next turn because he is choice locked. I think I end up going for the Surf? I think I end up just going for the Surf. I have Surf and Will-O-Wisp as opposed to Scald. I want to do a little more damage. I guess it's kind of a personal preference kind of thing. I could have Scald and then like Ice Beam and then Recover and then something else. I don't know. I just like Surf and Will-O-Wisp a little better because then you can almost guarantee the damage from that. Or not the damage, you can guarantee the burn to an extent. 75% on hitting versus 30 from Scald. I have horrible luck with Scald is what I'm trying to say in a really roundabout way. But I know I'm special defensive, which is why I want to scout out and see how much I'm going to end up taking from T-Bolt. I take like 75%, so I'm not sure whether or not I'm going to be able to take the next one and live the Sandstorm. And I wish I could write this off as like me trying to predict a switch out to Jirachi or something like that. But I don't. I just straight up brain fart and go for the Will-O-Wisp and actually end up missing, but it does kind of open the gate for a little bit of a funnier play. So right here, big stupid moment, kind of whatever. He has a Celebi with Natural Cure. Jirachi being Specs and burned would be hilarious, but he just kind of stays in, does that. So I figure I'm just going to leave this thing in his death fodder because I was a huge idiot on that turn. I have no excuse for that other than the fact that I just wasn't paying attention. Actually, that kind of is an excuse. Well, you know what? I have something else that I do on this next turn anyway. So I'm going to go to my Espeon, kind of like, oh, you know, I got enough special. Nope, just kidding. I Sucker Punch and I knock it out because that's actually my Zoroark. So I think that caught him a little bit off guard, especially because Espeon would have just ended up being slower and eating a T-Bolt. But no, I get the Sucker Punch off on that. He doesn't have any hazards up or anything like that, so he wasn't. And I don't think my Espeon took any... Actually, no, my Espeon did take Sandstorm damage prior, I believe. So that probably should have been something he was paying attention to, or should have been paying attention to. But I'm going to go into my physically defensive Arcanine. You know him, you love him, and he gets intimidated off, takes like nothing from the Body Slam, and keep in mind that's all he can go for. So what I can do here is I can just endlessly go for Morning Suns, knowing that he won't get flinches from Body Slams, and I can eventually just take him out with the Flamethrower. He also has his... Celebi left as his last one, and he kind of realizes that I'm recovering more with Morning Sun than he's doing with Body Slam, and I think he just decides to run at this point, because being locked into Choice Specs is not a very good thing for a Irachi under normal circumstances. So, that's the end of the game. Pooper Troopers shat on the opposing team. Will they make a comeback? I don't know if you guys want to see this shit. I don't know. Oh my god, there's so many poop puns. I'm sorry. I am literally 5 years old right now. I'm not. A little older than that, but that was the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, you're welcome. Leave a like rating, comment, subscribe, and do your thing. Let me know if you guys want to see these guys in action once more. I might do these guys on a simulator or whatever, maybe tweak the team a little bit, but I had fun with it. Hell, I don't know if you guys did too, but I guess let me know. Anyways, that's it for today, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.